This right here is ZK's video. The Trials of Osiris will be dead soon. Destiny 2 rant. It needs to change. I feel like the change that they made to Trials recently was pretty good. So let's see what he says here. So get a perspective from somebody that plays PvP Destiny full time. So this will be interesting. See what he's got to say here.
Trials of Osiris. How do I make this video? The most iconic endgame PvP activity of Destiny. It's been there since Destiny 1 House of Wolves 2015, so it's been there for 10 years, and it's just been so successful. But right now, you saw the title, I have to rant about it, and I'm scared for Trials of Osiris. I know it had ups and downs, it's not always perfect, but right now I'm genuinely scared, and I think that Trials is going to continue going down and probably die. In Destiny 1, I would even say that Trials of Osiris in year 3 actually saved the Destiny franchise because it was all people played and all people watched. Back in the days and for a long time, Trials was maintaining a healthy population with over 200k every weekend, 300k, 400k sometime, so it was doing really good. Unfortunately, don't know what happened with Destiny a few months back, but we started losing a lot of players, and it definitely affected.
Was that? I'm gonna look at those stats again. Was that 2023? Okay, that was 2023.
300k, 400k sometime, so it was doing really good. Unfortunately, don't know what happened with Destiny a few months back, but we started losing a lot of players, and it definitely affected Trials because Trials was not receiving any updates. No new armor, no new weapons, and it was just kind of getting stale. So we kind of started slowly losing the population that we had in Trials, and we even reached the lowest point of Trials in history with a weekend of 40,000 players in the full weekend. So Bungie definitely had to do something about it, so they decided to do a revamp of Trials of Osiris, allowing people to reach the lighthouse with just 7 wins. So no.
This is a great update. I stand by this update no matter what happens in the rest of this video. I love this update. This update brought new people into Trials. I know that because they've said that in my community. So this was an incredible update.
No 7 win streak. It's definitely a good idea, and when they announced it, I knew the population would be like crazy in Trials, and it was on the first day. 300,000 players.
Wow. 300,000 players, up 284%. That's massive.
Back into Trials in the first weekend. But this system is unfortunately not sustainable. You're giving access to the lighthouse to a lot of people, and it's kind of losing the prestige of getting lighthouse or flawless, and it's just not as rewarding, I would say. I'm happy.
To who? This isn't as rewarding to whom? I don't agree with this statement. All respect to him. I don't agree with this statement. It's still rewarding. It's still rewarding also in the fact that you have like a rank structure of, or a hierarchy of your loot system. So if you get 7 flawless wins, now you get 7 wins in a row, flawless, you get the red glow on your armor, right? So there's a prestige system still within winning, right? So I still think it's so I just don't agree with him on this one.
That people jump into Trials and have fun with it. But most people, especially casual players, are only going into Trials for the loot. And this has been a huge debate in my Twitch chat at twitch.tv/ZKMushroom. And essentially it weakens that the loot is not good. They know that the population is not going to be good. That's a big issue. Knowing Bungie history, unfortunately right now it's the case, they're not adding enough loot to Trials to be sustainable on a long term with this system. So this is the loot that you can get in Trials at the moment. We got Asia Scare Pulse Rifle, Exalted Truth Hand Cannon, Keen Thistle Sniper Rifle, Shayura's Wrath, some Machine Gun, Tomorrow's Answer, Yesterday Question. Unfortunately, you're only going to get 1 or 2 weeks out of like 2 months that people are actually going to be playing for. We are getting the Inquisitor back, which is going to be the best shotgun in the game, but at the moment we don't have it. So what's costing Trials of Osiris right now is definitely the loot. We are in a Destiny era where people only grind activities to receive loot and not because the activity is fun in general. So when you don't have enough loot or enough like fun loot or good loot, it's unfortunately not going to do good. And by having 1 weapon that is obtainable per week, it is making people play on Friday and Saturday a little bit to get the weapon. Once they reach the lighthouse and obtain the weapon once or twice, they completely stop playing. So we get a big spike on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it is completely dead. So the solution for that is definitely adding more exciting loot and also making it so that every gun can drop from the lighthouse chest randomly. So every weekend can do good because every weekend has a chance to give people what they want. But ZK, we don't like RNG. I don't like grinding trials for no reason and not getting what I want. Okay, fine. They can do exactly what they did with Onslaught back in the days. You grind the activity, but before grinding the activity, you go to the tower and you talk to Saint 14 and you can attune a weapon in particular that you want to drop more often. So if, for example, I want to get the Exalted Truth in a weekend, I can go talk to Saint 14, I attune the weapon, and I'll be able to get increased chances of getting the weapon throughout the weekend. And you can even add Adept shiny weapons. They have extra perks, extra stats,
dash.
Something like that. Just exactly like they did with Onslaughts. The best system that Bungie had in place was in Destiny 1, and I still don't get why they changed the formula. Essentially, you would reach the lighthouse. It was a social space, so people could see other people that reached the lighthouse, which was awesome. It was good to, you know, like hit a little dance, a little dab in front of people and flex on them. And yeah, you would have to walk towards the chest, and after you would open the chest, and you had a chance of getting random stuff. You never knew what you were gonna get. You could get an exotic emblem, you could get materials, and you would get a random Trials of Osiris weapon. They had a summoner, the scholar, the messenger, the Jewel of Osiris, and they kept changing the loots every year. And the best thing about the system was definitely the armor sets. Essentially, you would get Flawless, get the armor sets, and once you reach the lighthouse, you would get Flawless Vigil ornaments. And you had to use the Flawless ornaments from each lighthouse, each Flawless, to put it on your armor and get a glow. That is creating a more rewarding armor sets than what we get right now. And it definitely looked cool.
I don't understand. How is it different here?
Creating a more rewarding armor sets than what we get.
So 5 wins it's yellow, 6 it's white, and 7 it's red. But isn't that what they had in Destiny 1 where if you had to go to the lighthouse to get it unlocked? I'm kind of confused what he said there. Oh, it's animations added over the glows. Oh, so it's something in addition to
right now. And it definitely looked cool in Destiny 1, and that's probably why people were using it. But in Destiny 2, I'm gonna be honest, I've grinded every single Trials armor sets, and unfortunately, I get the armor sets, and I just never wear it. It doesn't feel fun or rewarding to get the armor. But in D1, I would get the entire armor set from playing Trials, but after I was farming the Flawlesses to be able to get a glow on each armor sets. And some of them, for example, the chest piece, required 2 Flawless. So I had to get Flawless twice, and after equip the ornaments on my chest piece, so I had to get multiple Flawless to get the full armor sets on.
I see what he's saying. Wouldn't the carrion culture kind of cancel the coolness out? That's a great point. Some people have paid for carries in the past. Some people, do raffles for streamers. So when people say that, well, it's kind of lost its touch, this and that, a lot of people just get carried through it. Like they'll just sit in the back. A lot of these PvP streamers are notorious, and I've obviously been carried to the lighthouse as well. So there's a big carry culture here in the PvP scene. So that is an argument that you can make there.
Each character, and that would definitely make people play more often in Destiny 2 because you're making the lighthouse accessible with 7 wins. A lot of casual players are gonna get the armor sets, and they could just get 7 wins and play each weekend to get their ornaments. And even better, in Destiny 2, there's currently 3 armor glow. There is yellow, blue, and red. You could make it so if people go on a win streak of like 5, 7, even 14, 30 if you want, they could choose with the token which color they want to use on their armor sets. You can have different colors. You can even create an armor set that has...
I like this. I don't hate this. However, when you're talking about 30 matches without a loss, who are you who are you talking to here? This is a very damn near nobody's going. Damn near nobody's hitting that streak. This is not for the casual gamer at all. 25 win streak and 30 win streak and stuff like that. I don't know who he's talking to on this one, man. It definitely ain't me. I've gotten way better at PvP. I've gotten so much better at PvP. This is way out of my reach. I don't see something like this getting incorporated because it is catering to such a tiny audience in Destiny when most people don't even play trials to begin with. But I like how this is. I like this idea, but I don't think this is even obtainable, to be honest with you, in my opinion. And cheaters, yeah, you're gonna. This is gonna suck if you're on a 29 win streak and you get 30 to choose whatever you want. You die to a cheater, you know. Now something else to complain about. You know what I mean? I play every day, and this sounds more like the 1%. This does seem really 1%ish. But that's not bad. Listen, I'm not against. I want to hear everybody's voice and stuff and everybody's opinion. But I think this is a really cool update. The idea that he's got for this, I really think it's awesome. I really don't think a lot of people's hitting this idea specifically. That's just my opinion when I look at it. Because trials is hard, bro.
As the win streak on the person like chest, on the person cloak, on the shoulder. To be able to flex at a tower that you got like a 50 win streak or a 12 win streak. Why not make the Trials armor Artifice so I can farm for a better build while playing Trials? I know the armor system is changing, but they could do something with that with the new system in Frontier. So that's for the loots. Another issue in Trials right now is the maps. Unfortunately, we are stuck playing the same map for Friday to Tuesday, so for a couple days in a row. And when the map is not good and the loot is not good, people don't want to play that weekend.
Yep.
A solution for that, and I've been saying it for a long time, you need map rotation. You need to have a map change daily. So each Destiny reset would be a different map. So you start the weekend on a Friday on Javelin, and the next day it's changing to Endless Vale. And the day after it's changing to Bannerfall. And after it's changing to Disjunction. Okay, we get 1 day of Disjunction.
Disjunction? Hold on a second. No, yeah, I like this idea. I also brought forth the idea, you know how you enter multiplayer lobbies in Call of Duty and you get 2 maps and a random. So you can pick between this map, or you get a random. I like the idea of being able to choose what you want there. I think that would be a really cool idea. And if it's 6 people, let's say it's even up the top, it's even at the bottom, it chooses either or. It's a some type of RNG with that.
It's over, and that's it. It's not stuck the entire weekend. Another thing that Bungie needs to add is the Mercy Rule back. That system which allows you to lose.
Forgives 1 loss per run. Forgives a second loss if you have not yet been flawless this week. Okay.
The game and not lose any progress towards your win streak would be phenomenal to have back. Destiny, it is too RNG. There's bad servers, there's cheaters, there's people teleporting, lagging, melee whiff. So having this extra chance is just super awesome to have. Another super important update that they gotta do, and I know it's complicated to bring it back, but they need to bring back Freelance. I've been saying it for years, but Freelance was...
Freelance. What is Freelance? I think this was before me here. Oh, so you had to load in solo, so it forced you to be with 2 other solos. That's what you're talking about? Oh, I'm not against that idea at all. You know what that'll eliminate? A lot of them carries. All them 2 sweats in a carry that everybody runs into is going to be gone.
It's the best thing that happened to Destiny PvP. You allow people to play solo, which increase the population because a lot of people can't find teammates to play with.
True.
They go in and they're playing against other solo players, right? When they added fireteam-based matchmaking, everyone started playing duo queue, and it doesn't mix well. When you play solo queue and you match with a duo, there's lobby balancing. Sometimes you get a bad duo. Sometimes you play against a good duo. So it's really tough to win. They can communicate and you can't. So it's really unfair to have in any competitive aspect of Destiny. And let's be honest, duo queue just doesn't have a place. If you can find a friend, you can find an extra one, you know? You either play 3-stack or you play Freelance. Duo queue should never exist in Destiny. One of the worst thing that they added with this revamp is the fact that once you get 7 win streak, which is a flawless card, they put you in a flawless pool. Flawless pool was really bad for 2 years, and they finally removed it, but they brought it back with this.
If you reach the lighthouse with 7 consecutive wins, you gain a flawless passage. Enables skill-based matchmaking, but has a chance of dropping adept guns on subsequent wins.
Revamp for no reason at all. Essentially, if you get the 7-win streak, it is skill-based matchmaking. So this, I know it's a tough subject, but it just doesn't have a place in trials. So what that means is that if me, Frost, and Astrocross get flawless, for example, we start matching people with the same skill level as us for the weekly performance that we have. So if we have a 3 KD each, we start playing people with 3 KD each. Who are the people with 3 KD each? Mostly cheaters.
Wait a second. I just want to make sure I'm understanding him right. So he doesn't want to be able to go flawless. And then once he goes flawless, he has a high KD so that whenever he wants to continue doing trials, he doesn't want skill-based matchmaking. Right, so he'll be matched with other flawless people around his KD. There are a ton of cheaters. That's his perspective. Obviously, my KD's not that high, and I haven't really ran into a lot of cheaters. We ran into one cheater one time, blatant cheaters, and it was actually in his game. We matched against him, or no, we matched with him, and the cheaters were on the opposite team, and they were like following him around. So yeah, from his perspective, that's fucking annoying.
Mostly meta abusing like Invis Hunter. It is just awful. It makes people stream snipe us. It doesn't have a place. And once you reach that 7-win streak, what sucks is that you cannot reset your card. You can only get 1 flawless per week, compared to back in the days where you could reset and farm like 1,000 flawless in one weekend, or you could keep your card at 7 to get more loots. At the point I am in Destiny right now, I don't need the trials loots. I want to be able to reset my card, do some trials challenges, and be able to get flawless multiple times in a weekend. And it's more fun to go to the lighthouse chest and open it multiple times than just play at 7 wins. But ZK, you don't want to play against people the same skill level as you. I understand. But the system is not good enough. It doesn't have enough players in the flawless pool because everyone's doing carries to avoid it. So when you do play flawless pool, for example, if I play solo queue, I match against a lot of people that are really good on the other team. But unfortunately, the matchmaking cannot find enough people to put 6 good players in the lobby. So it finds like 2 or 3 like really bad players. And with lobby balancing, they're always on my team, which ended up being awful every time I play solo. I had teammate that dropped 0 kills, 1 kill in 9 rounds, and it's just not fun for me, and it's also not fun for the casual players that get thrown into the lobbies there. So flawless pool needs to be removed completely, and I think it is time to bring back the card-based matchmaking.
I'm not saying I don't agree with him, and I agree with him. The thing about this is that the PvP scene for Destiny is not high. It's not high. So if he's niching down even to trials, and then after people go flawless, they don't keep playing, right? So you're getting people that just picked it up. You're getting people that can't go flawless. You're getting all these different things. So I think if there was more people in the PvP scene, that he wouldn't run into this issue that much.
Which means that you essentially play against people that are at the same amount of wins as you on their card. If I'm at like 6, I start matching people at 6, which adds a lot of intensity, and it's just more rewarding to beat the team at 6 and get the lighthouse than if I'm at 6 wins and I beat a team at 1. So that's pretty much it on the changes that Bungie should be doing. This is just solution. I'm not forcing Bungie to do any of that. I do hope they watch the video. And the last thing that I want to say is that Trials of Osiris needs the special ammo meter, and I know Bungie is working on it, but I feel like Trials is not intense enough like it was back in the days. People only get 1 sniper bullets, 1 shotgun bullets. You're not able to make any plays by yourself or just push a lot of people aggressively with a shotgun. And I know a lot of people hate special ammo. I do hate special ammo, but they're needed in Destiny to make the gameplay more interesting. So obviously you need a healthy meta, you need good loots, and you need some solid changes to matchmaking, and you can actually bring back Trials to where it was. So thank you for watching this video. I don't do those rants. I don't do those like long videos where I just talk. So if you enjoy them, I can do more. I don't know, some feedback on stuff like to make it better. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I don't really have the same perspective as him, because to me, from somebody that's not great at PvP, I'm better than average, but I'm just like a fucking hair above average. So I think for somebody on the outside that doesn't try to really dissect his matches and listen to it, it seems like he's complaining that he's getting matched with hard players. However, there's a population issue within PvP. There's also a cheater issue within PvP. And I'm not ignorant to that fact. So I think he runs into that a lot, being that good of a PvP player. So he definitely has a point in that regard. I think some of the ideas that he has, I think it was getting like a 14 streak, a 25-win streak. Yeah, man, not a lot of people are going to be getting that. I like the idea, but I think that would just be wasted dev time to make something like that to cater to 20 people in the game. Yeah, I think his points are extremely valid, but I think some of the ideas wouldn't cater to the majority of the population. So here's what you have to understand is that, I know I've said this before, I don't think that this video has anything to do with the comment that I'm about to make, but what you have to take into consideration sometimes is that some of these content creators within Destiny want to inflate some of the negative aspects of the game because they're projecting some of their frustrations out because it's affecting their business. It's affecting their viewer count. It's affecting their job, rather than it affecting the casual player's experience that works a 9 to 5, that gets home after a 12-hour day, picks up the game for 2 hours. It's always going to be worse for that content creator than it's going to be for that casual guy. I don't think this video is a part of that, but a lot of content creators in this space will project that frustration out because it affects their job. The things with the rewards, people are always harping on guns. However, there's this thing called power creep. And what's funny is that if I can't do a piece of content, or if I do a piece of content on my YouTube, people will say, you got carried. Okay, so if I do a piece of content soloed, now they're saying, oh, that's power creep for you. So there's always going to be a struggle to get better at the game when there's always a power creep here, and it's not you just genuinely getting carried by fucking bolt charge and hiding behind a shield, right? So power creep is 100% a thing, and then it's going to eliminate the challenge for older content. So I think a more diverse loot selection would be beneficial for the longevity of the game. Like cool shaders. Drop a badass shader for this week in Trials.